This excavator's air conditioning has reduced airflow and isn't able to cool the cabin down. This is a common problem with machinery AC systems that anyone can fix and does not require any special tooling to solve. Low airflow is real easy to diagnose, so let's have a quick look at some of the signs. Looking at our aircon controls, we have the aircon turned up to its highest fan speed. We have the front vent chosen, which had the streamers stuck on top, and it's set to 18 degrees Celsius, but it still won't cool the cabin. This is the aircon filter, and that whistling sound you can hear is the blower fan that moves the air through your aircon system, and it sounds like it's working fine. So straight away we know our fan has got power and it's probably at top speed, but it still isn't blowing cold air. You can hear when I take the air filter away that the sound barely changes and the airflow at the vent doesn't increase either, so it's not a blocked filter that's causing it. So we're going to start with two possible causes here and assume the evaporator is blocked. The evaporator is a little radiator looking thing in your aircon system that the air cools down as it passes through, or it's a venting problem where something's gone wrong with the vent gates that direct the air where you want it. Either way, we've got to pull all this junk out behind the back of the seat to get to it. That's the blower fan for the AC we're looking at. So we need to take the air filter out and check if it's dirty. Yep, it's pretty dirty. So the way I clean these cabin filters out is just with a hose until all the dirt is removed and only clean water comes through the other side of the filter. After I'm finished cleaning them, I'll go place them on a concrete slab in the sun to let them dry out all day. There's also a refresh filter on the outside of the machine. That's going to get the same treatment. There's a fair bit to move out of the way to get to the aircon system. When disassembling things like all this electronic stuff, it's a good idea to take a few photos with your phone so you know where everything goes back together. Ideally, if I can move all this stuff up and swing it out of the way, I'll be able to work on the aircon system without having to disassemble too much. All brands of excavators seem to be set up this way. They always put the aircon system right down behind the seat and put everything on top. We have to disconnect these plugs so we can swing the harness up with the plate. You can write numbers on them so you can identify them later if you want. Now we can swing the plate up and tie it out of the way. This is the TX valve, bolted right to the evaporator on this one. Some of the other AC ducting we're not going to take out because they're after the evaporator and we don't really need to. Out comes the filter case. As you can see under it, a lot of dust has got past the filter, so we're leaning towards a blocked evaporator at this point. This is the resistor for the fan. We're going to take this out and clean the mud off it. If we remove this pipe clamp, we should be able to pull the evaporator straight out of the casing without disassembling any further. There's enough slack in the hoses going to the evaporator to let us do this. It's a good idea to wear protective glasses when working around AC systems. I'm just disconnecting the thermostat there. Even if you're not regassing or taking apart the system itself, if anything was to rupture, there's 100 psi of static pressure in the AC system, and the aircon gas is really nasty stuff. You don't want it in your eyes. Look at all that mud blocking that evaporator. Well, at least we found the problem. That's a lot of mud and I'm surprised any air was getting past that. Good news is this is an easy fix and we're going to clean this right where it is. No, we're not going to hurt anything hosing inside the cabin. All the electronics are moved out of the way and we're not pointing the water at the electronics. There's a drain hole in the case and there's a big hole in the cabin floor where the hoses come through so all the water can get away. I brought this aircon cleaner from a hardware store. The evaporator is pretty clean from the hose down, but I just wanted to help remove any of the grime and dirt stuck between the fins. So it's pretty basic. You just spray it on both sides as heavy as you want. You can't hurt anything with it, and then you got to let it set for 5 to 10 minutes. After we rinse this evaporator out and put it all back together, I'm going to run this aircon for a few hours. I'm lucky that this machine can go straight back to work after I've done this. You want to make sure that the water doesn't sit in your aircon system that I've sprayed around with the hose. You will be in danger of hurting things if you don't get rid of the water and let it sit in there. You're going to get mold growing in there. So this is not something you want to do and just have the machine sit for a week before it gets used again, because you're going to get mold, mildew build up, and you've also have water sitting around your aircon blower. That's going to start corroding. So you run the system, it'll dry out quick. You're not going to have any problems. One of the benefits of working on the same machines year after year is you get to see what different practices actually do. And this might look a bit over the top and careless, but it won't hurt anything, trust me. I'm going to mop it up with rags. As long as you don't let the water sit. When you let the water sit, it'll corrode and start to hurt stuff, but this is fine, and it's a quick way of getting rid of all the dirt. Inside the case where the evaporator sits, there's a lot of dirt built up on the sides. That tiny radiator looking thing is a transistor. All this grime and that is hard to remove with water, so I'm going to wipe it with a wet rag. Bonus aircon cleaning tip: don't leave your rags in there after you're done cleaning. I've seen that done before, and it's really hard to try and work out why a vent won't work when a rag's been blown and it's blocking the vent from a part you can't see. Make sure that hole's clear at the bottom. That's where the water drains out the condensers on the evaporator. The evaporator cleaned up nicely. Some red stain marks from dirt, but that's nothing to worry about. It's only discolouring. The core condition is pretty good. And now all we got to do is put everything back together. In a parallel universe where that evaporator wasn't blocked, but I still had a flow problem with my aircon, I would have moved on to the venting, made sure it was a clear path, made sure there was no rags stuck in there, would have checked that it had a good seal around the blower fan, I would have checked that that blower fan is in fact working properly. If you were suspicious about your blower fan and you had the evaporator out like we did, you could start the fan up and judge how much air is getting blown out from where you pull the evaporator out. If it's a lot of air and you know you're not getting anything out of your vents, well, you can assume that you've got a blockage after your evaporator through your venting, or even on the heater core, which is kind of looks like the evaporator but it's a bit smaller, and it passes hot coolant from the engine through to warm the cab up. That's also in there, but it's further in there. I've dried everything with rags and wiped the dust off that plate, and then we just put the electronics on. I hope you took some photos if you're doing a job like this. One day in the sun and these filters are bone dry. So you shouldn't normally get that much dirt and stuff past your filters. When I first come to this machine with this problem, the filter was laying on the cabin floor. An operator had pulled it off because it was restricting the aircon flow and was too lazy to go get another filter or blow that filter out, and it basically just kept sucking dust in there and eventually did that. Only thing left now is to fire it up and see if it works. And we have tons more air being blown out, as you can see by the paper streamer. This is a before. As you can see, it was pretty sad and wasn't enough flow to cool the cabin down. And this is now. That's the way it should work. It's perfect. I put a temp gun on there. It's down to 7 degrees after running for about 20 minutes, and that's pretty cold. That's pretty good for a machine like that. You're not going to get much better than that. Click the subscribe button. I'm doing more jobs like this in the future. Cheers.